next sample hole. Maybe that helps. I'll probably turn that on too.
It ain't got no gas in it.
Yeah,
You gotta turn the motor on to get going.
Pitch the one off the back and then we spin around. See how that works again. But this water up here is much more manageable.
Want to try to tie it a bit closer to the middle this time, maybe, to try to keep the boat free?
I kind of got it wedged through that thing there, so we'll see.
Yeah, the way that with the boat, just keeping that oil so you can throw it. When you throw it, everything comes out of oil. Rather than get tangled around your foot or something, you know what I mean?
Sorry, I should have gave you warning.
Yeah, there's a lot there for it to really get a good support. Oh shit, I was hoping it would go the other way. Guess it doesn't make much difference.
They never do what you want them to.
Guess it doesn't make any difference either way. I wonder how long we're going to drag that before it grabs a hold of something. Grab right there, man. Grab it.
I think you grabbed.
I think it did.
Dredging away on nice river out west here. I think this is Rocky 7 or roundabouts. Nick's down underwater. Dredge is running good. Got the Cabo, the dredge. Mark and them are down there. See our 2 or 3 other sample holes that produce a little gold, but not what we're looking for. So keep on sampling. There's Nick diving. Big old rocks all over the place here. Big old boulder right up there. Nice cobble, round a cobble. We punched a hole. We punched a hole back over there close to that, but it mainly seemed to be like landslide, sharp angular rock coming off the hill only with some scattering of rounded cobble. The upper test match showed there's a lot of really fine gold, but nowhere near what we're looking for. So moving on to the next one. I think our best sample so far is actually up by our staging area there. But we'll see. Lots more to do. This is really only sample day 2-ish probably, and it's been slow. The current out here is too fast. I damn near almost killed Nick. Got caught up in an anchor line in his boat. It was gonna sink and we had to cut the line. So yeah, it's too fast out over that way for us to handle. You just get your anchor snagged and you get all crooked. And yeah, it gets a little dicey. So, just got try to pick our spots, and we'll try and hit the samples we have planned that we can. But other than that, we're going to keep on keeping on and seeing if we can get on anything good. So this is like, yeah, day 3 of dredging, but the other days were cut short days. So we'll see. Cataract dredge is running good. Had some stuff to fix and play with, but overall she's doing pretty good. Nice to be able to stand up on something when you're in water. I mean, this water's not too deep, but deep enough. Keep on keeping on. Okay, so I want to talk about the reasons we're sampling the way we are here in Idaho, as well as the reasons that I chose this particular area to be sampled. So I was out here in 2020 and did some initial dredging around the area and everything, and at least learned the basics of like the type of layers you're looking for, as well as like just the better idea of what this big river is like in general. And talking with locals who dredge this river all the time, you are generally looking for a pay layer it's generally really going to be no deeper than about 2 feet. And there's not any reason to go deeper than 2 feet, because you could be looking at 40 feet or more to bedrock. There are areas of exposed bedrock, but they're not necessarily productive. They could be, they may not be. But for your samples, it's called skim mining. You're generally taking the upper 1 or 2 foot of material and dredging that, and generally the best material is going to look like a tan, they call it like a peanut butter layer. So that's what you're looking for. And I mean, there is good gold on this river. It can be difficult to find, but when you're in it, in the upper 1 or 2 feet, if you run an hour, you're going to be seeing a gram or more of gold in your box on the good stuff. So my sampling program was set up to basically give us a wide cross-section up and down and side to side of the river to try and nail down any specific pay streaks that are running in the area. And why an hour for each sample hole? Well, because since your pay layer is generally going to be shallow at 2 feet or less, an hour sample, if you're not seeing a gram of gold or more, then you're not in the good stuff. It's not going to pay well enough in the long run. So each sample was slated for an hour-long sample hole and to move on to the next. And I think we had like 30-some samples planned. So that's what we went out there and did. So the sample program I put together before we got out there, and obviously conditions in the field versus conditions that you see on an aerial view are definitely different. So there's a number of samples that we just simply couldn't do due to water flow and a number of other things, particularly like Deep 1, Rocky 2 are right on the very back edge of a slow water section where the water picks up real fast again. And we decided not to do those ones because the dredge is teetering on the edge of fast water that I wasn't sure if we'd be able to get back up if it went down it. So we had to start up a little further. There was also a channel on near the outside edge of this big turn that was just too deep and too swift. We tried to get anchored in it once, and the anchor snagged. Nick got caught. Nick was in his little boat, and he got caught up in the anchor line, nearly flipped him over. He had to cut the anchor line. It was a mess. I couldn't get any of it on video because we were trying not to kill Nick as well as flip anything and lose shit into the river. So we deemed that like that section, which was like deep 3, deep 5, deep 7, that water was just booking too fast and it was too deep. So we didn't get any of those samples, but the rest of the samples we pretty much went through and did our sampling regime. And throughout the next couple videos, you'll see all that and what happened with it. But just to reiterate, you don't go to bedrock in this river. You're skimming the upper 2 feet or so. So each sample, hour long, and it should give you an idea of if you're in good gold or not in good enough gold. So that was the plan, and that's what we went with. Looking back now, is hindsight's 20/20. There are things I would probably change, but it's the way the cookie crumbled, and that's what we did. Gonna go check on Mark and my dad. Hey, what you doing?
It ain't got no gas in it.
Hang tight a second. Enjoy the view. Hey. There we go. Why are you dying on me? I thought I saw a little bit, yeah, right in that corner.
It's gotten,
There's some of the mica too, though, that looks very goldy.
There's some gold in there.
Okay.
This is the most I've seen yet.
Good. You get into that peanut butter or no?
So here's what's going on here. Top layer of rocks, and then there's only like a 4-inch layer of that hard pack, and then it goes to sand underneath it, and the sand goes down 4 feet. Just your nozzle, if you set your nozzle on it, it'll just go and dig itself right on down.
Interesting.
That hard pack layer, or what we're calling hard pack,
Yeah.
is only 4 inches thick right here.
Is that what you focused on then?
So the first thing I did was I went down, and I was like that, and then I said, well, this is stupid. So I stuck my legs down in the hole that I did, you know, and kind of like sat there, and then I just started tossing rocks and just working that 4-inch layer. So it'll be curious to see what this comes out of.
Yeah, so that might be the pay layer then, because over on the one next to the hill over there was some rounded cobble, but it was mainly all jagged stuff.
Oh, really?
But then like a foot or about 2 foot down, I kind of hit the same thing where you just hit like sand, just straight sand. But the gold that was in the top mat on that was super fine.
Right. I'm not even.
So I don't think it's any good.
Doing anything.
We don't have enough buckets. We've run out of stuff to put cons in.
Well, I got one more left. That's that one.
Yeah.
That'll be 3, and I don't have any idea what time it is.
I don't either.
But this is, and shallow 1 is like 10 feet.
So we're at shallow 1 basically.
Yeah, like 10 feet that way.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see what Nick gets on up there. I think that's like Rocky 7. So.
Well, I think I'm going to go to whatever shallow is
next to us.
Next to you guys.
Yeah, I think that might be like shallow 3. Okay. So.
Because we've got shallow 2 done.
Shallow 2's done, shallow 4's done, shallow 1.
Where I was in the middle of the river, where were you when you were set up and I hopscotched over for me?
I don't remember.
Well, that's in B. This is going to be C. And
okay.
That will be A. And I'm
okay.
bring back and check it out.
Yeah.
You know,
Alright, Matt. Deep water. Deep, fast water. Oh, good boy.
big boulder I'm sitting on right now.
You just got jammed.
Hey, can you guys use the punch stick? Spin the hose? All right.